Demise, 2024, is a gripping psychological drama intertwined with elements of betrayal, love, and retribution. The story follows Caleb, a seemingly charming yet morally flawed man juggling a double life, and the lives he irrevocably disrupts through his choices. Themes of infidelity, loyalty, and the devastating impact of secrets take center stage in this emotionally charged narrative. Set in a modern urban backdrop, the film begins with Caleb living a dual existence. On one side, he is the loving husband of Celine, a hard-working woman struggling with infertility. On the other, he is deeply entangled in an illicit affair with Fiona, a fiery and ambitious fashion designer. As the narrative unfolds, Caleb's web of lies begins to unravel, leading to a cascade of consequences that no one can escape. Dual lives and deception. The film opens with Caleb seamlessly navigating his dual lives. With Celine, he projects the image of a devoted husband, supporting her aspirations of motherhood despite her struggles with infertility. However, Caleb's interactions with Fiona paint a different picture. Fiona, unaware of the full extent of Caleb's duplicity, believes he is on the verge of leaving Celine to start a life with her. Tension builds as Caleb juggles his commitments. In one scene, he reassures Fiona during a passionate exchange, promising that their relationship will soon be public. Meanwhile, with Celine, he appears distant, citing work stress as an excuse for his lack of emotional and physical availability. A key moment occurs when Caleb purchases a dress for Celine, only for Fiona to notice that he has given her a similar item before. This subtle slip foreshadows the fragility of Caleb's charade and the inevitable collision of his two worlds. Seeds of suspicion. Celine's world begins to crack as she notices subtle changes in Caleb's behavior. His distracted demeanor, unexplained absences, and reluctance to discuss their future plans fuel her doubts. These suspicions are amplified when she discovers that Caleb has changed the password on his phone, a move that further isolates her emotionally. Simultaneously, Fiona starts questioning Caleb's sincerity. Encouraged by her friend Miguel, who warns her about the risks of trusting a married man, Fiona becomes more assertive in demanding clarity about their future. A heated confrontation between Fiona and Caleb underscores her growing frustration. Do you want to leave your wife or not? It's really that simple, she demands, forcing Caleb to make yet another empty promise. The film masterfully portrays Caleb's internal conflict during these scenes. While his outward charm remains intact, the cracks in his facade grow more apparent, exposing a man torn between self-preservation and the lies he has built. The truth unveiled. The turning point of the film occurs when Celine stumbles upon Caleb's affair. Following an emotional breakdown at the doctor's office where she learns that her chances of conceiving are less than 1%, Celine discovers incriminating messages from Fiona on Caleb's phone. The revelation ignites a powerful confrontation, during which Caleb admits to the affair but initially denies Fiona's pregnancy. This confession shatters Celine, who accuses Caleb of betrayal and cowardice. Her pain is palpable as she screams, "How could you? How could you ruin everything we built?" In a heart-wrenching moment, Caleb confirms Fiona's pregnancy, marking the complete collapse of his double life. Fiona, too, begins to unravel as she realizes the depth of Caleb's dishonesty. While she initially celebrates the prospect of starting a family with Caleb, Miguel's skepticism serves as a sobering reminder of the challenges ahead. Fiona's journey is one of misplaced trust and eventual empowerment, as she grapples with the reality of her situation. Fallout and retribution. The film's climax sees Caleb's world crumble under the weight of his lies. Celine decides to leave him, asserting her worth and independence in a powerful declaration. "Just know, if it doesn't work out, you can't come back." Fiona, despite her lingering feelings for Caleb, begins to see through his manipulative behavior, questioning whether he will truly follow through on his promises. The emotional intensity reaches its peak when Celine confronts Caleb one final time, demanding to know the truth about Fiona's pregnancy. Caleb's hesitation and eventual admission leave Celine devastated but resolute in her decision to move forward without him. Meanwhile, Fiona faces a critical choice, whether to continue pursuing a relationship with Caleb or to prioritize her own ambitions and self-respect. Her final scenes suggest a shift in perspective, as she begins to rebuild her life independent of Caleb's influence. The aftermath. The film ends on a somber yet reflective note. Caleb, now isolated and burdened by guilt, is left to confront the consequences of his actions. Celine, though heartbroken, finds solace in her renewed sense of agency, focusing on her career and personal growth. Fiona, while navigating the challenges of single motherhood, emerges as a stronger and more self-aware individual. A haunting final scene depicts Caleb alone in the house he once shared with Celine, staring at a photograph of their happier days. The silence is deafening, emphasizing the emptiness of his choices and the irrevocable damage he has caused. Themes and analysis. The cost of deception. At its core, Demise explores the destructive power of lies and the ripple effects they create. Caleb's deceit not only destroys his marriage but also leaves lasting scars on the women who trusted him. The film critiques the selfishness inherent in infidelity and the devastating impact it has on everyone involved. Empowerment through adversity. Both Celine and Fiona undergo transformative journeys, emerging as empowered individuals who refuse to be defined by Caleb's betrayal. Celine's decision to leave Caleb, despite her deep love for him, underscores her strength and resilience. Similarly, Fiona's eventual recognition of her own worth marks a significant turning point in her character arc. The complexity of human relationships. Demise delves into the complexities of love, loyalty, and betrayal, portraying its characters with nuance and depth. Caleb is neither a villain nor a hero but a flawed individual whose actions have far-reaching consequences. The film's portrayal of Celine and Fiona highlights the multifaceted nature of their responses to betrayal, capturing the raw emotions of heartbreak, anger, and eventual acceptance. Parenthood and identity. The theme of parenthood runs throughout the film, particularly in the context of Celine's infertility and Fiona's pregnancy. These parallel narratives underscore the different ways in which the characters grapple with the idea of family and legacy, adding emotional weight to their decisions. The doctor's revelation. The scene where Celine learns of her infertility is one of the film's most gut-wrenching moments. Her breakdown in the doctor's office not only reveals her desperation for motherhood but also foreshadows the emotional storm that follows when she discovers Caleb's affair. The doctor's news acts as a catalyst for Celine's transformation. It forces her to confront her vulnerabilities and ultimately empowers her to take control of her life, even as everything falls apart. Caleb's confession. The confrontation between Celine and Caleb is the emotional core of the film. Celine's demand for the truth forces Caleb to admit to his infidelity, shattering the facade he has worked so hard to maintain. The raw emotions in this scene, Celine's rage, Caleb's guilt, and the underlying pain of their shattered bond, are masterfully captured. This moment not only marks the end of their marriage but also serves as a turning point for both characters. Fiona's awakening. Fiona's realization that Caleb may never leave Celine is a key moment in her arc. Her conversations with Miguel, who voices the skepticism she initially refuses to acknowledge, push her to re-evaluate her relationship. The moment she decides to confront Caleb about his intentions highlights her growing awareness of his manipulative tendencies. Her eventual decision to prioritize herself and her child demonstrates her resilience and strength. Themes explored. Infidelity and its consequences. At its core, Demise is a study of infidelity and the ripple effects it creates. The film does not glamorize Caleb's actions but instead highlights the emotional toll they take on everyone involved. Celine, Fiona, and Caleb each experience the fallout differently, but the shared theme is one of betrayal and loss. The film's nuanced portrayal of these dynamics invites viewers to consider the ethical and emotional complexities of relationships. The pursuit of identity. Both Celine and Fiona grapple with questions of identity throughout the film. Celine's infertility challenges her perception of herself as a future mother, while Fiona's affair forces her to confront her role as the other woman. By the end of the film, both women reclaim their identities, choosing paths that prioritize their self-worth and independence. Their journeys serve as a counterpoint to Caleb's decline, emphasizing the importance of self-respect and authenticity. Parenthood and legacy. The theme of parenthood is woven throughout the narrative, from Celine's longing for a child to Fiona's unexpected pregnancy. These parallel storylines highlight the profound impact of family and the desire to create a legacy. Celine's inability to conceive and Fiona's impending motherhood are poignant reminders of how differently life unfolds for each individual. The film treats these experiences with sensitivity, allowing viewers to empathize with both characters' struggles and triumphs. Cinematic techniques. Visual storytelling. Director Name employs visual motifs to enhance the emotional depth of the story. For instance, the use of mirrors and reflections symbolizes the duplicity of Caleb's life and the fractured relationships around him. Muted colors dominate the palette during moments of tension, while warmer tones are used sparingly to signify fleeting moments of connection or hope. These visual contrasts mirror the characters' emotional states, drawing viewers deeper into the narrative. Conclusion. Demise, 2024, is a poignant exploration of the complexities of love, betrayal, and self-discovery. Through its compelling characters and emotionally charged narrative, the film offers a sobering reflection on the consequences of infidelity and the resilience required to rebuild in its aftermath. With its layered storytelling, nuanced performances, and masterful direction, Demise leaves a lasting impression, challenging viewers to consider the intricacies of human relationships and the choices that define us. If you enjoy watching this video, then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movies explanation.